In this video, I'll give you 5 shifts to stop burning out when life gets busy. You are not inconsistent. Your system just can't hold your life. If you make your life expanding, but you keep pulling back, this is why. I'll give you 5 specific ways to grow your capacity. So this usually looks like you show up, but you can't stay consistent. Things go well, and then you pull back. You have the potential, but your system can't hold it. I used to think this was a discipline problem, or that I wasn't confident enough. But this is not motivation. This is not mindset. It's a capacity limit in your nervous system. 1. Stop leaving yourself too fast. When something activates you, you leave. You distract yourself, eat something quickly, grab a chocolate bar. You push. You override. Capacity is built in the moment you don't do that. So the next time, stay 10 seconds longer than feels comfortable without fixing it, without escaping it. For me, it wasn't just mental. I left myself through my body. I had these really uncomfortable feelings, like a deep sense of not being good enough, shame, feelings that I did not want to go near. I ate my way away from them, not because I was hungry, but because being with those feelings felt unbearable. And what's crazy is I didn't even see it at first. And I think many of us experience this. I just thought, why can't I control myself? Why can't I not just lose the weight? That's actually how this whole journey started for me. I wanted to lose weight. I couldn't because every time something got activated, I left. I went to sugar, to food. I went away from myself until it got so uncomfortable in my body with migraines and the frustration of being stuck that I finally had to ask, what has actually happened here? What am I trying not to feel? And I actually got curious at some point. And that's when I started very slowly to move towards those feelings instead, to enter that space of the forbidden feelings, and not at all at once, but a few seconds at a time. 2. If your system can't hold stillness, it can't be an expansion. So don't start with big changes. Start here. Sit without stimulation for 30 to 60 seconds. No phone, no input, no fixing. If that feels uncomfortable, that's exactly the point. 3. Stop overriding small signals. Capacity doesn't break in big moments. You feel tired, you push. You feel resistance, you ignore it. You feel overwhelmed, you minimize it. Every time you do that, you reduce internal safety. Start responding honestly in small ways. That's what builds capacity. So most of us didn't randomly learn to override our signals. We were trained into it. For instance, take school. You eat when the schedule says you eat. You go to the bathroom when you are allowed. You sit still even when your body needs to move. So your system learns something very early. My basic needs are not something I respond to. They are something I wait to be told about. And it's subtle, but over time you stop checking in with your body. You just follow structure. Eat on time, rest on time, push when you are supposed to. And that apparently in our society is all the time. But your body doesn't run on a fixed schedule. It has its own rhythm, its own timing, its own signals. And when you ignore those signals long enough, your system stops trusting you. 4. Regulate before you expand. Majority of people do this backwards. They take one more and then try to regulate afterwards. That creates the cycle, expand, crash, recover. Instead, before you step into something demanding, slow your system down first, even 1 to 2 minutes. Otherwise, your system experiences expansion as pressure, not as opportunity. Now, I have been burned out so many times. I had pulled back from big goals, big ambitions so many times. It was such a big pain for me that now I know what to do. I know when that feeling starts, that electric, overexcited, not grounded, overwhelmed feeling. When I feel that, I immediately slow myself down internally and telling myself things as everything is okay. You don't need to rush. There's nothing you need to rush. You are allowed to soften. You are allowed to just live your life in your pace. What's yours is yours. And I get calm right away. I've trained myself into this. 5, train your stay muscle. Capacity is not about doing more. It's about staying longer, staying in conversations, visibility, responsibility, discomfort, without tightening and without leaving your body. So ask, can I stay here 5% longer than usual? That's how capacity grows. If you notice, none of this is about pushing harder. It's about not leaving yourself when something becomes real, because that's the moment your system makes a decision in real time. Can I hold this? Or do I need to shut this down? If you want to take this deeper, this is where it shifts. You don't need more discipline. You need a different identity in the moment. Instead of asking, can I handle this? Ask, what would someone who stays do right now? Someone who stays instead of leaves, feels instead of avoids, listens instead of override. This is how capacity is built. There was a time when I couldn't hold my own life. I had ambitions, I had goals, but I kept pushing until I burned out again and again. And when I realized that I could actually change something in myself, something that had been painful, had holding me back for years, I became obsessed with growth. Not in a chasing way, but in a real way, because I saw that change was possible. But what I didn't understand back then was that growth without capacity still leads to collapse. And that's why I kept burning out until I started build my system differently. Now I'm still growing, I'm still expanding, but I'm not afraid of collapsing anymore because I have a system that supports me. And that's what I want to give you here on this channel. So, which one do you recognize most? 1, you push through everything. Or 2, you pull back when things expand. Comment, push or pull. I read every comment. You don't need a different life. You need a system that can stay inside the life you already have. That's what capacity is, and it can be built. Slowly, deliberately, without forcing. You are in the right place. I'll see you in the next video.